Ever wondered why some billionaires live a life that seems surprisingly ordinary? Today, we're unraveling 8 reasons why the rich look poor. We're not talking about frugality for the sake of it. We are diving into intentional choices made by the wealthy that might just challenge your perception of wealth. In the next few minutes, we're exploring the minds of the rich who opt for a low-profile existence, prioritize experiences over possessions, and consciously avoid entitled attitudes. It's a fascinating dive into the unexpected lifestyle choices of the wealthy. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, because trust me, you won't want to miss our upcoming explorations into the interesting aspects of life, wealth, and everything in between. Now let's get started with the first of 8 reasons why the rich look poor, and that is low profile and privacy for a normal life. Why do some of the wealthiest individuals choose to lead lives that seem almost frugal? It's a deliberate choice aimed at maintaining a low profile, allowing them to enjoy in the simplicity of an ordinary existence away from the relentless attention that accompanies immense wealth. Now, imagine a billionaire casually walking down a bustling street, seamlessly blending into the crowd, perhaps stopping by a local cafe for a cup of coffee. You might be thinking, isn't being rich about showing off? Well, not for everyone. Ingvar Kamprad, the ingenious mind behind IKEA, who opted for a life that shunned the conspicuous markers of opulence. Ingvar Kamprad's journey is an inspiring tale of how a modest start can lead to monumental success. Growing up in rural Sweden, Kamprad Kick started his entrepreneurial endeavors by selling matches to neighbors at the tender age of 5. Fast forward to the age of 17, and he founded IKEA, revolutionizing the furniture industry with a perfect blend of affordability and functionality. So why the understated lifestyle? For many wealthy individuals like Kamprad, it's about finding happiness in the ordinary. They recognize the significance of privacy and the beauty in the simplicity of an ordinary day, a sentiment that resonates with people from all walks of life. It's not about being secretive or elusive. It's about relishing a peaceful existence without the constant hum of paparazzi or prying eyes. In a world where every move is scrutinized, these billionaires choose to take a different route. They might reside in homes that don't resemble extravagant palaces and drive cars that don't turn heads. And that's precisely the point. It's a conscious decision to create a space where they can be themselves without the weight of societal expectations. Consider this. Wouldn't you also cherish a leisurely stroll in the park without the constant whispering about your net worth? This approach also aligns with the notion that money doesn't define a person. It's about the experiences, the connections, and the simple joys that make life beautiful. So the next time you encounter someone who appears too casually dressed for their supposed wealth, consider this. They might be onto something. It's not about living in the shadows. It's about soaking in the glow of a normal, unfiltered life. After all, happiness doesn't always come wrapped in gold sometimes. It's found in the everyday moments that money can't buy. Ingvar Kamprad's story teaches us that success doesn't always require a 3-piece suit. Sometimes, it prefers the comfort of a well-worn pair of jeans. His deliberate choice to embrace a humble lifestyle was not a sign of frugality, but a reflection of his belief that material possessions don't define one's worth. Kamprad's life echoes the idea that true wealth lies not just in financial abundance, but in the richness of a life well lived. Next time you pass by a modest house with an unassuming car parked in the driveway, remember that behind those doors might be a person who understands that the most precious treasures are often hidden in plain sight. The warmth of a home, the laughter of loved ones, and the fulfillment derived from a life lived authentically. Ingvar Kamprad and others like him have unlocked the secret to a rich life that transcends the boundaries of bank statements and balance sheets. Now, let's move to the next reason why the rich look poor, that is, understanding the value of money. Picture this. You've got a bunch of dollars in your hands. What's the first thing that comes to mind? For many wealthy people, it's not just about spending recklessly, it's about understanding the true value of each hard-earned dollar. Ever heard the saying, the more you learn, the more you earn? Well, that's not just a catchy phrase, it's a nugget of wisdom from some of the most successful minds in the business. Take a moment to think about Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. Now here's a man who knows a thing or two about money. He once shared this gem: price is what you pay, value is what you get. Now let's break this down. Imagine you walk into a store and you're eyeing a cool gadget. The price tag might make you hesitate, right? But here's the key. What are you getting in return? Is it just a temporary thrill, or does it bring lasting value to your life? The rich understand this concept like the back of their hand. It's not about being stingy or cheap. It's about being smart with your money. Think of it like this. If you have $100, you want those $100 to work for you, not disappear on things that won't matter tomorrow. Let's zoom in on another wise soul, the legendary Steve Jobs. He wasn't just about creating groundbreaking products. He had a profound understanding of the value of his creations. Jobs once said, "My favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time." Now, isn't that a perspective shift? Money, according to Jobs, isn't the ultimate treasure. Time is. The rich aren't just piling up cash for the sake of it. They're investing in things that give them the most precious return, more time to enjoy life, explore passions, and build meaningful connections. Have you ever grabbed a cup of coffee on the go? Now think about it. Was it worth the $5, or could that money have brought you a homemade cup of joy? It's these little decisions that add up. The rich aren't afraid to question if something is genuinely worth the price. So the next time you're eyeing that latest gadget or trendy fashion piece, ask yourself, does it align with my values? Will it bring lasting joy, or is it just a fleeting thrill? The rich aren't just throwing money around, they're making intentional choices that reflect their understanding of the true value of every dollar. After all, as the saying goes, money talks, but wealth whispers. Let your wealth speak volumes in the choices you make. And who knows, you might just find that the most valuable things in life aren't always the ones with the fanciest price tags. All right, now the compelling reason we're exploring is their unwavering commitment to meaningful goals. So, why do some billionaires opt for a lifestyle that emphasizes purpose over opulence? Well, it's a fascinating journey that often begins with a desire to make a real, positive impact on the world. Consider the case of one of the most influential figures in modern technology, Bill Gates. His story is not just one of creating Microsoft and amassing incredible wealth, it's also about dedicating a significant portion of that wealth to philanthropy. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Gates has focused on addressing global issues such as poverty, disease, and education. This commitment to meaningful goals is a testament to the idea that wealth, when wielded responsibly, can be a force for immense positive change. Now let's get back to our main theme, reasons why the rich look poor. The emphasis on meaningful goals is a driving force behind the choice of some billionaires to maintain a lifestyle that seems far from extravagant. By redirecting their wealth towards causes that truly matter, they redefine the narrative of success. Picture this. Instead of chasing the next luxury acquisition, these individuals channel their resources into initiatives that align with their core values. Whether it's investing in education programs to empower future generations or funding healthcare initiatives to combat pressing global challenges, their wealth becomes a tool for societal betterment. Rich-looking poor phenomenon becomes a deliberate choice to step away from the stereotypical image of opulence. Instead, these individuals choose to be defined by the positive changes they catalyze in the world around them. It's about finding fulfillment in leaving a legacy that extends beyond material possessions. Now, let's shift our focus to Warren Buffett, often hailed as the Oracle of Omaha. His story is a testament to the power of long-term thinking and prioritizing meaningful goals over fleeting displays of wealth. Buffett, despite being one of the wealthiest individuals globally, lives in the same house he purchased in 1958 and is known for his frugal lifestyle. His wealth is not just a marker of financial success, it's a tool for creating a lasting impact. As we unravel these narratives, it becomes clear that the pursuit of meaningful goals is not a mere consequence of wealth, but a conscious choice made by those who understand the profound influence they can wield. It's a departure from the conventional narrative that associates success solely with material accumulation. Now let's move to the next reason why the rich look poor, that is, personal well-being. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. Picture this. While many of us are hustling for a paycheck, some wealthy people are investing in something equally important, their well-being. First off, let's clear the air. Health matters. It's not just about fancy cars and luxurious vacations. It's about feeling good from the inside out. Imagine having all the money in the world but feeling lousy. Doesn't quite add up, does it? So, the rich, they get it. They put their money where their health is. Think of it like this. They're not just hitting the gym to flaunt their perfect bodies on social media. No. It's about investing in wellness, fitness, and mental health. They understand that a fulfilling life isn't just about the dollars in your bank account, it's about waking up in the morning with a spring in your step. Now, you might wonder, how do they do it? Well, they've got personal trainers, nutritionists, and probably a team of experts ensuring their well-being game is top-notch. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Because what good is all that wealth if you can't enjoy it in good health? Consider this, you've worked hard, made your money, and now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But hang on, how do you enjoy anything if you're not physically and mentally up to the task? That's the mindset of these wealthy wellness enthusiasts. And it's not just about looking good in a tailored suit or a designer dress, it's about the long game. They're not just investing in the now, they're investing in a future where they can continue enjoying life to the fullest. It's like they've got this secret pact with themselves. I'll make all this money, but I'll also make sure I'm around to enjoy it. Let's get real for a moment. It's not always about hitting the gym or eating kale salads. It's about balance. It's about recognizing that mental health is just as crucial as physical health. So, therapy sessions, meditation retreats, and whatever else contributes to that inner peace, they're all on the table. Now here's the thing. Personal well-being isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. What works for one person might not work for another. So these rich wellness warriors customize their routines. They figure out what makes them tick, what brings them joy, and they invest in that. It's like creating a personalized roadmap to happiness. And let's not forget the perks of being rich in the wellness game. They're not lining up at crowded gyms or dealing with the stress of meal prepping. Nope. They've got professionals handling that. It's like having a shortcut to a healthier life. Personal chefs cooking up nutritious meals, trainers tailoring workouts to their needs, and therapists providing that mental tune-up. In a nutshell, it's not just about flaunting wealth, it's about feeling wealthy from within. Because what's the point of having all the riches if you're too tired or stressed to enjoy them? So next time you see a wealthy person hitting the yoga mat or sipping on a green smoothie, know that it's not just a trend, it's a lifestyle choice, a commitment to living the good life in every sense of the word. After all, money might buy a lot of things, but it sure can't buy good health. That's something even the richest people know by heart. Now let's dive into the lifestyle choice that sets rich people apart: the preference for experiences over possessions. It might seem strange, right? I mean, who wouldn't want a garage full of luxury cars and a mansion that screams wealth? Well, the answer might surprise you. Picture this. Instead of pouring fortunes into materialistic splendors, some wealthy individuals opt to invest in experiences that money can't buy. It's not about the brand of the car or the square footage of the house. It's about the memories they create and the adventures they embark on. In the world of the affluent, it's not the possessions that define richness. It's the richness of experiences. You might be wondering, who are these people and what drives them to make such choices? Let me share a story that perfectly encapsulates this mindset. Richard Branson, the billionaire behind the Virgin Group. Now, you might expect a man of his stature to flaunt a lavish lifestyle, but Branson is known for his down-to-earth approach. He once famously said, "The best way of learning about anything is by doing." For Branson, it's not about collecting expensive artifacts, it's about collecting memories. You won't find him boasting about a fleet of luxury yachts, but you will find him sharing stories about hot air balloon adventures and attempts to break world records. It's an unconventional path to wealth, one where the richness lies not in the possession of things, but in the accumulation of experiences. Consider this. While some might be busy comparing the size of their mansions, others are comparing notes on the most breathtaking destinations they've explored. The new currency of the rich isn't measured in gold or silver, but in the stories they gather along the way. Think about it this way. A fancy watch might tell the time, but it can't tell the tale of a spontaneous road trip with friends or the thrill of conquering a fear by skydiving. So, when you see a wealthy individual choosing a backpack over a designer briefcase, it's not a bad fashion choice. It's a deliberate choice to prioritize the richness of life's experiences. Now let's circle back to our main theme, the reasons why the rich look poor. This concept perfectly aligns with the idea that true wealth isn't always visible. The rich who choose experiences over possessions are not trying to hide their wealth. They're merely channeling it into a different form of abundance. In a world where status symbols often scream louder than words, these individuals are opting for a different kind of luxury, the luxury of a life well lived. It's not about having the most expensive artwork on the wall, it's about having stories that make those walls come alive. Now, let's talk about long-term financial security, the next reason why the rich look poor. Now imagine this. You've got stacks of cash, but instead of blowing it all on yachts and gold-plated toothbrushes, you're thinking about the long game. That's the mindset of some highly educated rich people. Take a look at the iconic Oprah Winfrey. Yes, the queen of media herself. Oprah's not all about showing off her wealth, she's about making smart moves. So why do they do it? Well, it's about creating a financial safety net that could withstand a financial hurricane. We're not just talking about having money for a rainy day, we're talking about building an empire that can weather the storm. Smart investments, strategic planning, and a bit of financial magic. That's the recipe for long-term financial security. Think of it like this. If you win the lottery tomorrow, sure, you could buy a private island, but what about the day after that? And the day after the day after? That's the kind of thinking that sets these wealthy individuals apart. They're not just looking at the now, they're playing chess with their money, thinking 10 moves ahead. Let's break it down in simpler terms. Instead of splurging on things that lose value faster than a melting ice cream cone, they invest. Now, we're not talking about confusing stock market jargon. We're talking about putting money into things that grow over time, like a really patient and wise gardener nurturing their financial garden. Take Elon Musk, for instance. He didn't just build Teslas and send rockets to space for the thrill of it. No, sir. He's thinking about the future, about the world he wants to create. That kind of vision requires not just big dreams, but the financial muscle to turn those dreams into reality. And here's the thing. It's not just about making money, it's about making money work for you. These wealthy individuals understand that money can be a powerful tool if you use it wisely. It's like having a superpower that can create opportunities, open doors, and yes, secure your future. Now, let's talk about risks. No, not the bet your life savings on a poker game kind of risk. We're talking calculated risks. It's like playing chess, not Russian roulette. They diversify their investments, spreading the financial love across different baskets. Why? Because if one basket takes a hit, the others can still keep your eggs safe. Long-term financial security is not just about making money, it's about protecting it. Imagine your wealth as a delicate flower. You wouldn't expose it to a storm without some shelter, right? That's the philosophy here, creating a financial fortress that can withstand the unpredictable twists and turns of life. And here's the kicker, it's not about being stingy or afraid to spend. It's about spending smartly. It's about enjoying life today while ensuring that tomorrow and the days after are equally enjoyable. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but with a side of financial wisdom. Now let's dive into the interesting world of why some wealthy individuals consciously avoid acting entitled. It's like they've cracked the code on remaining down to earth despite having a bank account that could make your eyes water. So what's the deal with the avoidance of entitlement among the rich? Picture this. You've got millions, maybe even billions at your disposal. You could easily walk around with an air of superiority, right? But here's the kicker. Some of the wealthiest people out there actively choose not to. They skip the whole entitled attitude gig and opt for a more humble, relatable vibe. Think about it this way. If you were swimming in cash, surrounded by wealth, wouldn't you be tempted to let it go to your head? Well, some billionaires resist that temptation like champs. It's not about pretending to be poor, it's about understanding that wealth doesn't have to come with an inflated ego. Now, who are we talking about here? Let's take a moment to tip our hats to individuals like Mark Zuckerberg. You know, the guy behind the social media giant, Facebook. Despite being one of the youngest billionaires globally, he's not flaunting his wealth left and right. You won't catch him making grand entrances in a golden chariot or acting like the world owes him a favor. So, what's the secret sauce to this humility? It's about realizing that money doesn't define your character. Just because your bank balance has more zeros than you can count doesn't mean you have to act like you're on a higher plane of existence. It's a conscious decision to treat everyone with respect, regardless of their bank account. Now let's bring in our title, Reason Why the Rich Look Poor. This isn't about being deceptive or putting on a show. It's about understanding that the way you carry yourself speaks volumes about your values. When these high net worth individuals choose to avoid entitlement, it's a powerful statement that echoes far beyond their financial status. Back to the avoidance of entitlement, it's like these billionaires have mastered the art of staying grounded. They're not out here expecting red carpets to roll out wherever they go. Instead, they appreciate the little things in life and connect with people on a human level. It's refreshing, isn't it? A reminder that no matter how much money you have, you're still a part of the same human experience. Imagine sitting down for coffee with a billionaire who acts like just a regular person. That's the vibe we're talking about. They skip the whole entitled script and opt for a conversation that could happen in your local coffee shop. It's a conscious choice to keep it real, maintain authenticity, and show the world that being rich doesn't mean you have to lose touch with your roots. So why do they do it? Well, it turns out that when you treat people with kindness and respect, it comes back to you in ways that money can't buy. It's a kind of wealth that transcends bank statements, the richness of genuine connections and the warmth of human interactions. Now let's talk about emphasis on education and knowledge, the next reason why the rich look poor. Ever wondered why some of the wealthiest people are also some of the most knowledgeable? It's not just a coincidence, it's a deliberate choice. Picture this, rather than splurging on flashy items, these high flyers invest heavily in expanding their minds. Elon Musk, the brains behind SpaceX and Tesla, is a prime example. He didn't just dream of electric cars and space travel, he soaked up knowledge like a sponge. So why the emphasis on education? Well, think of it this way. Knowledge is the ultimate power-up. It's like having a supercharged brain that can tackle any challenge thrown its way. And for the rich, it's not just about having money, it's about having the smarts to make a real impact on the world. Now, we're not talking about burying your nose in textbooks for the sake of it. No, this is about a genuine passion for learning, a curiosity that propels these high flyers to push the boundaries of what's possible. You know that feeling when you stumble upon a fascinating topic, and suddenly, you're down a rabbit hole of information? That's what these wealthy individuals live for. Take a moment to imagine Warren Buffett sitting down with a pile of books. Yes, the man known for his financial wizardry is also a voracious reader. He once said, "Read 500 pages every day. That's how knowledge builds up, like compound interest." It's not just about numbers on a balance sheet. It's about accumulating wisdom and insights that can't be measured in dollars. Now, let's break it down a bit. Why should the rich care so much about education when they're already rolling in the green? Well, for starters, it's about staying ahead of the game. The world is constantly evolving, and those who keep learning are the ones who shape the future. It's not just about adapting, it's about leading the charge. Think of education as a secret weapon. When you're armed with knowledge, you're not just navigating the world, you're shaping it. And that's precisely what some of the wealthiest individuals are doing. They're not content with the status quo. They're pushing boundaries, asking questions, and seeking answers that propel humanity forward. Now, we're not saying you need a billion-dollar bank account to embrace the love for learning. Nope. It's a mindset, a choice to see every day as an opportunity to discover something new. Whether you're exploring the depths of science, technology, or the arts, the key is to keep that flame of curiosity burning bright. So next time you see a wealthy individual buried in a book or geeking out over a documentary, remember it's not just a hobby, it's a commitment to growth. It's about recognizing that the more you know, the more you can contribute to making the world a better place. In a nutshell, the emphasis on education and knowledge among the rich isn't just a quirk, it's a superpower. It's the fuel that propels them to new heights, turning them into not just financial giants, but intellectual powerhouses shaping the world's narrative. And there you have it, 8 reasons why the rich look poor. It's not about deception. It's about living a life aligned with their values and priorities. Now, if you're interested, get any audiobook of your choice for free using the link below the video. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. It is important to conduct thorough research and consult with financial professionals before making any investment decisions. The value of investments can fluctuate, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always assess your risk tolerance and investment goals before allocating your capital. I recommend you watch the next video in our series. Don't hesitate to share this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.